like basically, if you can't understand the title, basically the best player of all time for every team. If you guys enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Well, let's get this video started off. At number 30, the Atlanta Hawks. There wasn't a lot of competition. I wanted to put Trae Young. Well, I'm not editing this video, so it's kind of hard for me to pick. Agree to disagree. I'm gonna put, you know what? Well, let's say Dominique Wilkins. It's a hard choice. It's between Trae Young, Dominique Wilkins, and Bob Pettit. So it's a very hard choice. At number 29, we have the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if there's really a competition. Choice serving. Not very much of a competition. Next up, we have the Boston Celtics, number 20. Number 28, I believe. Number 27, the Boston Celtics. The reason I picked the Boston Celtics is just because, I mean, not the reason the Boston Celtics are super low is just because they had it way easier. But anyway, the best player for the Boston Celtics. This one's hard. It's between Bill Russell and Larry Bird. Let's think. Bill Russell has 11 rings. So we're just going to go with Bill Russell. We're going to take it out the easy way. So I'll take it out the easy way. Number 4, we have the Charlotte Hornets. So these are going from kind of, actually these aren't going in order, never mind. Actually, yeah, now that I think about it, these aren't going in order. Next up, we have the Charlotte Hornets. Kemba Walker, I guess. Is there anybody to compete with Kemba Walker? Next up, we have the Bulls. Michael Jordan. Simple. Next up, the Cavs. LeBron. These are going by easy. Mavericks. Dirk. Easy. Alright, Denver. I guess you could say Carmelo Anthony. The Denver has never really had a superstar, like a Wilt Chamberlain type player, when you think about it. Their all-time best players. Detroit Pistons, Isaiah Thomas. Not the Isaiah Thomas in the NBA right now. I might confuse a lot of people. Alright, let me go into Blacktop and show you guys. There is 2 different Isaiah Thomases. We're going to face off the Isaiah Thomases. I know one's in the NBA right now. What team is Isaiah Thomas on? I know the one Isaiah Thomas I'm talking about is on the all-time Pistons. So what are the Pistons? Pistons. Where the heck's the Pistons? Like, I want to show you guys. There's 2 Isaiah. Alright, there. See, Isaiah Thomas. There's another Isaiah Thomas, so don't get confused. I'll use Isaiah Thomas and we'll give them, I don't know, Stephen Curry. So, you might be confused because I know there's 2 Isaiah Thomases. Next up, the Golden State Warriors. Most people are probably gonna disagree, but I say Wilt Chamberlain. So most people probably disagree and say Stephen Curry, but I say Wilt Chamberlain just because when you think about it, Wilt Chamberlain averaged 50 points a game one season. But to be fair to Stephen Curry, Wilt Chamberlain did play 48 minutes a game. So just to be fair, but next up we have the Houston Rockets. It's between Hakeem Olajuwon and James Harden. This wasn't the hardest. We're gonna go with James Harden. Next up, Indiana, Paul George. The Clippers, we're playing, hold on. Next up, the Clippers. We're gonna go with, you could say, Chris Paul. Next up, the Lakers. The hardest choice on the list. Psych. We're gonna wait until the end for the Lakers. All right. Next up, we have the Memphis Grizzlies. They've never really had a superstar, so I guess Marc Gasol. Next up, the Miami Heat. To be fair, LeBron is already on the list, so we're gonna give it to Dwayne Wade, just because LeBron's already on the list. I know all you're gonna get mad at me, yeah, LeBron, but to be fair, LeBron already had a Cavs spot. So we're gonna let the Cavs fans be happy and let the Heat fans get a little bit mad. Or if you're a Dwayne Wade fan. So we have Milwaukee, Kareem, not very hard. Minnesota, this was the hardest one on the list. And not in the hard way because there's so many good players. In the hard way because they haven't had the best franchise. But we're gonna give them to Kevin Love. Give it to Kevin Love. Most people are probably gonna say, all right, Pelicans, Anthony Davis. Done. Simple. Very simple. You could say Chris Paul, but he already got a spot on the list, and I just think Anthony Davis is better anyway. Next, Walt Frazier. Walt Frazier. Okay, see, one of the hardest on the list, so we're going to save it. Orlando Magic. Another hard one. We're going to save it for later. Philadelphia 70s. All right, Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash. Very easy. Portland, Damian Lillard. I'm going to say, Sacramento, Oscar Robertson. San Antonio, one of the hardest on the entire list. We're going to skip it. Same with Toronto. We're going to skip it. For the Utah Jazz, John Stockton, I guess. Yeah, John Stockton. Stop. Before we get into all the juicy teams, the Washington Wizards. We are going to take and give it to Elvin Hayes. All right, now we are in the juicy teams. All right. So first off, we're going to go from worst to best. The worst, we're going to go with Philadelphia. It's between Allen Iverson and Julius Erving. Julius Erving already got a spot, so we're going to give it to AI, and AI's going to just deserve the spot. Orlando Magic. This one was very hard. Say if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I'm gonna go with Shaquille O'Neal. I'm gonna go with Shaq. Alright. Alright. Next up we have this was very hard. Gonna go with the Spurs. So I had to pick between putting Kawhi on the Raptors or putting Kawhi on the Spurs or none. We're gonna do none. Just because, think about it, Kawhi played one season with Toronto and Tony Parker, and we're gonna give San Antonio the spot of Tim Duncan. Hands down, Tim Duncan. We'll give you that spot. Barely, almost David Robinson. Next up, we have Oklahoma City Thunder. This one was very hard. Between Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka. Let's take out Serge Ibaka. Let's Adam to take him out. Just because comparing him to all those superstars isn't something you can really do. Next up, we have... Alright, next up, we're gonna take out James Harden. Two left. We're gonna give it to Kevin Durant. We're gonna say Kevin Durant is the all-time greatest OKC player. Alright. I saved the two best for last. Alright. Like for part 2. Just kidding. I probably made you guys mad. No, seriously. Toronto Raptors. As much as I want to put Toronto as last, it would be pretty biased of me. So, comment hashtag don't be biased. But the Toronto Raptors. As much as I want to say it's DeMar DeRozan, it's based, but what kind of is? I'm gonna give it to a few. I'm gonna say DeMar DeRozan. Alright. I'm probably gonna get so much hate for that, but I don't care. Probably gonna get hate for saying DeMar DeRozan because you're gonna be like, he's crying. But the reason I didn't put Vince Carter because he wasn't respectful. He didn't even want to play with us. So how can they be the great at something that they don't like? How can they beat the great of something but that they don't like? Vince Carter would literally not try in games, and he didn't start trying until he got traded to the Nets. So that's why I didn't put Vince Carter. And either way, you still might say Kawhi Leonard or Chris Bosh. But I'm just giving it to DeMar DeRozan. You know what? We're gonna say DeMar DeRozan / Kyle Lowry. This one, the last. Hands down, LeBron James. It's just so obvious, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe for more. Psych! No, I probably made somebody like his fans upset. No, seriously. Well, this is the hardest option on the list. There's so many. George Mikan, Wilt Chamberlain, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Jerry West. So many options. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Elgin Baylor. There's like 60 options I could go with. But take out Wilt Chamberlain because I already put him for the Warriors. And he's just... his best seasons were with the Warriors. Anyway. Jerry West. He was a very good player, but I don't know. Jerry West was a very good player. But next up, we're gonna take. We almost take out Jerry West, but we're gonna take out Elgin Baylor, and we have to take out Jerry West anyway. Now it's between Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Magic Johnson. That's 4. Or Anthony Davis. And the list is over Anthony Davis. Just kidding. No. Alright. Take out Kareem. His best seasons were with the Milwaukee. So we're going to take out Kareem. Magic. I would put Magic higher, but unfortunately he had to quit early because of HIV. So, now it's between Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. Just think. Kobe Bryant could do anything. He could use the ball handle. He could ball handle. He could shoot threes. That's why I always play against the Lakers. Not off camera. Or off, like, my videos. Because it's just such a challenge. Because Kobe Bryant can shoot threes. Shaq basically can't get defeated by anybody. Kareem is like 6 foot tall, so you can't defeat, like 7 foot tall, so you can't defeat him. It's just such a challenge for me with Toronto to beat the Lakers. But hands down, I gotta give it to Kobe Bryant. And I'm not being biased because he died. I'm not. Shaq just got traded. Kobe never traded. Hope you guys enjoyed the video.